students feel anxious about the future and what it may or may not hold. Who knows what lies beyond graduation? Design thinking for life teaches us that the future isn't uncertain, it's just unwritten. Something that's unwritten is ready to appear. It just needs an author. When you look through the lens of design thinking, your life is a story and you are creating it. That applies to your personal life and your professional life. Does that sound like a fantasy? Maybe you're thinking, sure, anyone can dream about the life they'd like to have, but there's so many obstacles standing in the way between that ideal and reality, like student loans and grad school selection committees and the supply of available jobs. Design thinking isn't wishful or magical thinking. It enables you to recognize the obstacles you face, engage with them, and then move into problem-solving mode. Design thinking doesn't deny problems, it welcomes them. Design thinking parallels the thought process engineers use. Engineers love problems because they provide opportunities to analyze a situation from multiple sides and play with various ways to solve it. For example, imagine for a moment that you're part of an engineering team that's tasked with building a bridge from the mainland to an island. At first, it looks like the project will be pretty routine. Ho-hum, you think. You've built plenty of routine bridges before. There's not much to get excited about with this one. Then, the surveying crew discovers that you can't build an ordinary bridge because the land on the island is swampy. It won't support standard piles, the pillars that hold up the bridge structure. This is fantastic news. Now you have a fascinating problem to solve and you can't wait to dig into it. Design thinkers don't get frustrated, they get curious. As we saw in our bridge building example, designers create beautiful solutions by working within two sets of guidelines, specific criteria for success and the constraints affecting the design process. A bridge must meet the success criteria of supporting a certain amount of weight and weathering environmental conditions. At the same time, it must meet certain design constraints, such as the geological conditions, the available materials, and the available budget. Life designers also work with success criteria and constraints. The most important requirement for success, we'll see, is that your life design aligns with your personal values and your sense of purpose. The life path you design for yourself must also be realistic. It must find a starting point that's viable, given your current level of education, your professional skill set, your social supports, and your financial resources. Curious about how it's possible to shape the life of your dreams starting from where you are today? Good! Curiosity is the essential attribute you'll need to design the life you want. To become a life designer, you don't need to have declared your major or polished your resume or chosen a career path to pursue after Mount Allison. The one thing you do need is an open mind and a willingness to play with various versions of your future. As long as you have those, you're ready to begin.